Hey guys, got another video for you all to celebrate the release of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and also, more importantly, to celebrate 50 likes on Facebook for Dreglord420. Seriously, thank you all so much. I know it seems like a small milestone, but it means a lot to me all the same, so seriously, big thanks to you all. But anyway, let's get to the deck tech. I'm going to be checking out Satoru Uzemawa. This legendary human ninja will cost you one generic, a blue and a black, and his abilities are, whenever you activate an ninjutsu ability, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the body of your library in any order. This ability triggers only once each turn. He also has another ability, which is the main reason why we want to run Satoru. He gives all your creatures ninjutsu 4 for 2 generic, 1 blue and 1 black. To summarize ninjutsu quickly, if you have an unblocked attacker, you may return that attacker to your hand and pay the ninjutsu cost of the ninjutsu creature in your hand to put the ninjutsuing creature into play tapped and attacking. So the general idea of the deck is to have evasive creatures, preferably with ETB effects, to scrape as much value as we can, and then put some big, stupid beater into play for 4 mana. The real question is though, what beaters do we want to play? The obvious first thought is to jam a bunch of big, dumb, tentacly Eldrazi boys into the deck, followed with Blightsteel Colossus. But yeah, I'm not going to jam in a few tentacles this time anyway. But instead we're going to throw in some creatures with excellent value, generating effects triggered when they deal combat damage, or again, good ETBs to scrape as much value as we can. So these new little ninja friends are going to get some value even if they get removed, which is great. Let's talk about some of the big hits that we want to be in our hand for our commander to ninjutsu out, and then we'll move on to the creatures that enable us to ninjutsu. First off, we have Mindmash Leech and Silent Blade Oni as the best examples of cards that net value, as they let me play from cards from my opponent's hand. So you get a big body connecting to their face, you play something from their hand needing more value, and you leave them with -1 card in their hand, all for 4 mana. Sounds pretty fucking good. We are in Value Town, baby. Some other cards with combat effects let you play cards from the deck and graveyard, which is similar but isn't as powerful. It would feel pretty powerful though, hitting something good off the top of the deck after they've tooted, or beating a reanimated deck to the punch and stealing some of their reanimate targets. Some of the best ones are Scion of Darkness, Lord of the Void, Sphinx Ambassador, and Ink Eyes Servant of Oni. The deck also has big creatures that make your opponent sacrifice and discard on hit on enter the battlefield. Notable example cards are Shadowgrange Archfiend, Rankle Master of Pranks, Demon of Wailing Agonies, and Demon of Loathing, all very edgy sounding. Because there's a bunch of discard and sacrifice effects, I've decided to throw in Tergrid, and It That Betrays. Just because they straight up win games by themselves, and we've already established that this deck's going to be mean and cruel and edgy, so we might as well go all out on it. And there's a few other decent creatures to ninjutsu out of the deck, but I've been over pretty much most of the known worthy ones, so we'll go over to the enablers. Basically, we want to cast cheap, evasive bodies that have value-generating ETBs. One of the best ones I can think of is Baleful Strix, as it draws you a card, and not only it has flying, but Death Touch. So let's say you do run into people with big flyers or reaches, they'll be less inclined to block the 1/1 with Death Touch. A few other great ninjutsu enablers are Fairy Seer, and any of the unblockable creatures. For the rest of the deck, I've added Narset and Notion Thief, plus any of the wheels, because we've established I'm a giant dickhead. Added some artifact-based ramp, a couple of tutor effects, and some card draw, all mixed together with some counter spells and removal. I put that in the oven on high and took it out after about 50 minutes, and then I allowed for some cooling time before serving. Then I stuck a little fork in that fucker, and it's done. Thank you for watching the channel and supporting me, I really appreciate it, and yeah, stick around, you might get to see some gameplay if you keep peeping this channel. Alright, peace out.